I've always been a big believer in fate, or at least I've tried to be a big believer in fate and things happening for a reason. Um, I guess I should more so, I believe in the fact that you can change your fate, you can influence some of the things, but I think there's a lot of things, maybe not a lot, maybe just a few, but definitely some things in life that are set in stone or, I don't know, kind of just determined to happen any no matter what. And that's a really weird way to start this video, but the reason I mention it is because I think for me smoking was kind of set in stone, and that's awful to say, and I think that's why I need to say it out loud because maybe it'll help me quit. But I've been smoking since, I don't know, 16, 17, something like that, 22 now, and whatever is fine. The reason I say I think it was set in stone is because for a long time I've just been around smoke. My mom has always been a smoker. She used to smoke inside when I was a little kid. In recent years, she actually told me that I was the only kid she was pregnant with that she didn't quit smoking. And so I think somewhere in my brain, it's kind of just always been like, you're gonna end up doing this whether you want to or not. As much as even my grandma tried to riddle it into my brain how much I need to not be like my mother. I remember there was one time I was sitting at the counter with I suppose my dad was there at the time, but I don't think they were together, but he was there to pick us up or something, and I had some silly putty, and I can't remember how old I was, probably no more than 10, probably younger, but I had some silly putty, and I rolled it up into what looked like a cigarette, and I was pretending to smoke it, and I looked over at my dad and I said, "Hey, look, I'm just like mom," and he got so mad about it. He was like, "Don't say that, that's not funny," and he got so mad about it, and I was so embarrassed because I thought it was hilarious, because like I said, it's just always been around it. My mom, my brother, my oldest brother, um, my dad even smoked at one point. I remember when I was little, and he used to tell me about how like he could blow rings through his nose and stuff like that, and just stupid stuff. But anyways, I truly, truly hate it for myself that I feel that way, and maybe that's just because I'm addicted to cigarettes and or smoking in general that I feel that way now. Because obviously, like when you're addicted, you don't want to quit. Whatever. That's not. I don't know what the point of this video is to talk about addiction to a degree. I'm not here to knock anybody for any sort of addictions that they might have. I have a very addictive personality. It's always been in my blood to just just addiction in general. It's always been in my blood. My mom is a gambler. I wouldn't say she's like an alcoholic, but like she's definitely kind of riding that line. I guess that's kind of the thing about addiction is it comes in many different ways. I mean, there's many different things you can be addicted to, from simply to caffeine to something like heroin. You know, there's a lot of different stuff you can get addicted to. And I hate to talk, I don't mean to talk down on my mom. I love my mom for who she is. She's definitely a drinker though. But she doesn't drink from like sun up to sundown like some other people that have been in and out of our lives. What I'm really trying to get at is we all have our vices, you know, and that may not necessarily be addiction. There's other things that you could consider being a vice or whatever terminology you want to use. We all have our problems. We all have our issues, whether it's mental or something physical like addiction, and that's okay. You know, I'm not here to advocate for anybody's addiction. I'm not here to say like, hey, if you're addicted to something, don't worry about getting clean, whatever. Like I think you should get clean if that's what you need to do, but sometimes you need something to crutch on, and I would hope you have healthier addictions than me, and I mean just in general, like don't go do hard drugs. I would never ever advocate to do that. But you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't judge people based on what they do in their free time or what demons they might be facing or what they use to help cope with their problems, you know, because we all got problems. We all got different coping mechanisms, and sometimes they aren't the healthiest, you know? And so much of this video, like I said in the beginning, is maybe to help me kick myself into gear to quitting because I've been smoking for so long, and it's just, you know, it only gets worse for you. But we all got issues. We all got we all got ways to solve them, and there's healthier ways out there for sure. But like I keep repeating, is just don't judge people for what they do and what they got going on. I've been around it for a long time. I've learned to grow with it, and I've never had like issues to a degree. Like I've never been around my mom getting like super drunk and getting abusive. The most abuse my mom has ever gave me is repeating herself 20 times in a row. And that's wonderful. I'm so happy about that. Like I'm happy she's healthy for her problems. I will say she doesn't she could definitely be better. I mean, everybody can improve in some way, shape, or form. Very jealous of my dad, for instance, who's managed to, he quit smoking when we were born. He doesn't drink like hardly ever. Maybe a drop for like a celebration or something. And I'm not much of a drinker myself, just because of being around it so much and some of the things that I've seen. But could talk about that another day, I suppose. Truthfully, it's tough. It's tough. I respect everybody for anything and everything that they do or don't do. I'm amazed when I meet people that manage to go through life completely sober. I'm genuinely amazed how you could do that because it's a hard world out here and we can only all do our best. So I'm proud of you for trying, whether you're like me, smoker or drinker, whatever problems you have or don't have. I'm proud of you for just surviving, striving, and hopefully thriving. Because I think we're all just out here trying to do our best. And like I said, sometimes we need something to help get through the stress, and hopefully we can all find better ways to do that if you're anything like me. But for now, all we can do, I am such a broken record. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because I don't feel like cutting it out. So I'm gonna shut myself up and cut myself off. I'm not gonna say what I was just about to say. Instead, I'm gonna find a new way to say it. I'm gonna say that, like I'm gonna repeat how proud I am of everybody for doing their best. I'm gonna take half of these potatoes because I'm gonna starve to death. And I actually managed to find my house today. This is wonderful news. It's a good day. This is kind of a hard video to make for me, to be honest. I got real shaky while I was recording this. I don't even have any coal anymore. Oh my god. Anyways, so I think I'm gonna cut it short here, and I'll probably make like a second part to this and tell some more stories about some of the things that I've seen just growing up around addiction, as I keep saying so broadly. But for today, I just want you to know I'm proud of you. I'm thankful that you're fighting whatever fight you're fighting and keep fighting the good fight no matter what. Thank you so much for your time. Please check out my other videos if you want to. And either way, I'll be here tomorrow, and I love you all so much. Thank you.